Let's go Ravens! Behind the scenes at the Ravens training facility, important decisions are being made. Decisions that could shape not only the outcome of this season, but also the future of some of the franchise's biggest names. We're not just talking about injuries or team lineups, we're talking about shifts in power dynamics, contract negotiations that have shocked even the experts, and game strategies that are exciting fans. Believe me, you'll want to know about this. But before we get into the details, don't forget to like this post if you're a true Ravens fan. It's always amazing to see fans of all ages supporting this team. And if you want, comment, "Go Ravens," right now in the comments section. We're reading them all. You feel like it, comment, "Go Ravens," in the comments section. Let's dive in. Lamar Jackson did not participate in practice today. Let's be real here, this is not ideal. And while there's no official word declaring him out for the Steelers game yet, fans are right to feel a little nervous. Because after weeks of watching Jackson power through a cascade of lower body injuries, hamstring, knee, ankle, toe, and now ankle again, the concern isn't just about one missed day. It's about the trend. Just yesterday, it looked like we were finally turning the corner. Lamar was back, limited, yes, but he was there, practicing on a Wednesday for the first time in 4 weeks. That had fans and insiders believing that maybe, just maybe, we were going to get our MVP caliber quarterback at close to full strength again. But now, he's back on the sidelines, and this marks the 4th straight week he's missed at least one practice. Now, if you're asking why he hasn't quite looked like himself recently, there's your answer. Football is all about rhythm, and when your franchise quarterback can't get through a full week of practice, 4 weeks in a row, of course his performance suffers. No matter how talented you are, you can't cheat the grind. Lamar hasn't looked fully locked in over the last 3 games, and it's fair to say that the lack of consistent practice is a big part of that. Let's take a closer look at this troubling pattern. Week 4, hamstring, missed 4 weeks. Week 11, knee. Week 12, ankle. Week 13, toe. Now week 14, back to the ankle. It's as if the injuries have traveled from the top of his leg down and are now climbing back up. That's not just bad luck. It's a warning sign that his body may be breaking down under the wear and tear of the season. And yet, through it all, Lamar has fought to be out there. Offensive coordinator Todd Monken even acknowledged it publicly for the first time, calling them nagging injuries. And you know what? That's exactly what they are. Nagging, persistent, disruptive. But the fact that Monken and the Ravens staff are finally speaking up about it, that's a shift. For weeks, the team's been quiet. Too quiet. Now, they're finally showing signs that they're just as concerned as the fan base. But here's something worth noting. A video surfaced of Lamar greeting Celtics star Jason Tatum at the facility. And in that video, no ankle brace, no tape, no boot. So while he wasn't practicing, at least he didn't look physically hobbled. It's not much, but it's something. And if Lamar can't go this Sunday, well, say hello once again to Tyler Huntley. And believe it or not, that might not be the worst thing. Huntley isn't flashy, but he knows the system. He can move. He can make throws. And in his one start this season, he beat the Chicago Bears, the only game the Bears have lost since week 2. Think about that. If he has to start, Ravens fans should still believe they can beat the Steelers, especially this version of the Steelers. Because let's be honest, Pittsburgh isn't exactly lighting it up this season. Sitting at 6-6, they're vulnerable. And that means this could be the perfect setup for Derrick Henry to remind the NFL who he is. Just 7 days ago, the Bills' James Cook racked up 144 rushing yards on 32 carries against the Steelers. And historically, Derrick Henry has owned Pittsburgh. In his last 2 games against them, 24 carries for 162 yards and 26 carries for 186 yards. That's dominance. But here's where the controversy heats up. Against Cincinnati, Derrick Henry only got 24 snaps. Not carries, asterisk snaps star. If that happens again, if Rasheen Ali once again outsnaps Derrick Henry, there will be outrage. And there should be. Because this is exactly the type of game where Henry needs to be the focal point of the offense. And if he isn't, if Todd Monken chooses finesse over force, there are going to be serious questions asked. And there's one more storyline that's quietly brewing beneath the surface. One that could have huge long-term implications for this franchise. Mark Andrews just signed a 3-year, $39.3 million extension with $26 million guaranteed. Great for him. But what does that mean for Isaiah Likely? The writing is on the wall, and everyone sees it. Both were heading into free agency. Only one got paid. And it wasn't Likely. To his credit, Likely handled it with maturity, telling reporters, "I just watched my brother get paid, so I just enjoy it." But let's be real. Behind that calm demeanor, there's got to be some disappointment. This is a player who came into the season with a chance to earn his own extension, and it didn't happen. Injuries or not, The Ravens clearly didn't see the return on investment they were hoping for. So where does Likely go from here? We're hearing whispers of possible destinations: Kansas City, where he could become Mahomes' next Kelsey, Washington, Philadelphia, even New England. And the idea of him in a Chiefs uniform? That's a nightmare scenario. And here's where things get even more complicated, because while the on-field questions are enough to keep Ravens fans up at night, the ripple effects off the field might be just as impactful. Let's go back to that Mark Andrews extension for a moment. The Ravens didn't just pay their top tight end, they made a statement, a commitment. They're doubling down on experience, reliability, and continuity. But the moment the ink dried on that 3-year, $39.3 million deal, it sent a clear message to Isaiah Likely: your future here may not exist beyond 2025. Let's be honest about the situation. Likely is talented. He's shown flashes of big play ability, with a higher yards per catch average than Andrews, and that 43-yard reception earlier in the year was a highlight. But flashes aren't contracts. Consistency is. And that's where he fell short, whether due to injuries, inconsistent usage, or simply being behind a top-tier veteran. Likely didn't play his way into a new deal, and Baltimore made their choice. So now we pivot to what's next. What becomes of Isaiah Likely? The market is already buzzing, and if you think teams around the league haven't noticed his potential, you're mistaken. Kansas City Chiefs. That's the first team to watch. If Travis Kelce retires, or even starts slowing down, can you imagine Likely sliding into that system? Patrick Mahomes feeding him the ball in that Andy Reid offense? That's the kind of scenario that makes Ravens fans sick just thinking about it. Then there's the Washington Commanders. Right now, Zach Ertz is their veteran tight end, but he's clearly nearing the end. If the Commanders are serious about developing Jaden Daniels and want to surround him with young, dynamic playmakers, Isaiah Likely fits that mold perfectly. Philadelphia Eagles, another team that's reportedly not thrilled with where things stand at the tight end position. Dallas Goedert has been serviceable, but he hasn't lived up to expectations. And remember, Philly almost traded for Mark Andrews at the deadline. That didn't happen, but grabbing Isaiah Likely in free agency could be their second shot at getting a Ravens tight end in midnight green. Lastly, the New England Patriots. They've got some depth at tight end, sure, but it's not the type of young talent you build around. If the Ravens decide to shop Likely before the end of his deal or let him walk after next year, you can bet Bill Belichick, or whoever ends up coaching New England, will be on the phone. But let's not jump too far ahead, because this all circles back to one core truth. The Ravens are at a crossroads. Their quarterback is battling through injury after injury. Their offensive coordinator is facing rising criticism. Their biggest weapon in Derrick Henry isn't being used the way he should. And their locker room is dealing with undercurrents of frustration, decisions, and departures. And through it all, there's still a season to save. This weekend's game against Pittsburgh is more than just a rivalry clash. It's a test of coaching, a test of player health, a test of offensive identity. If Derrick Henry doesn't get 20-plus carries in this game, you're going to hear fans demanding Todd Monken's job on Monday. If Tyler Huntley starts and they lose because the offense looks flat or unprepared, more questions will swirl around how this team is being managed in Lamar's absence. But there's